Okay. August 12th? I believe it's the 12th. It's when? It may be the 13th. I think it's the 12th. 2020 Wednesday. I have been reading about the fire of the Ozarks. It's a hotel about 7 stories high, burnt down in March of 1970 and near Capitol Hill at Lenora and Westlake. It was called the Hotel of the Ozarks. And much like the towering Inferno, the people were trapped on the upper floors. 20 people died, if not 21. It was March 1970. Theodore Bundy, in January of 1970, he helps Liz find a new apartment in Green Lake, north of Capitol Hill, north of the Ozarks. February, he obtained a wedding license for $5, but before the month is over, Ted tears the license up. March of 1970, Liz finds out that Ted was lying completely for the last 6 months, and he never mentioned that he did not have an undergraduate degree. In May, he's fired from attorney, messenger, and process service. Oh, the fire is later investigated by something called the Emergency Services. At the time, from 1969 until several years later, they had a series of arsons in apartment buildings. This was an arson. The fire started in the 2 fire wells, and it was an old wooden structure. After that, they had a new ordinance called the Ordinance of the Ozarks because so many people lost their lives in it. I can't pull it to and from. The reason I went there is because arson is one of the triads of child abuse, bedwetting, stealing, inappropriate sexual activity at a young age, just different things that serial killers tend to have. He did set a cat on fire, and I just wonder, especially with being emergency services, that he actually worked for the same organization. And they said, "Where was your dad from?" Oh, he's from the Ozarks. And also, he's trying to find an apartment for Liz at the time, almost at the same time. He found an apartment for her at something called Green Lake. She had been living in Capitol Hill. Capitol Hill is right next door to where the Ozarks thing is. And also, about a month earlier, there had been a fire at, can you imagine Ted Bundy watching people? And later on, he says, "Oh, I was watching the Towering Inferno. I read the biops of the Towering Inferno. The people were trapped on the upper floors." Oh my God. I know it's out in left field, but what if he was going around doing things like that because he said he wanted something harder, something more? He mentioned fire several times, the cat fire, that someone said he set a cat on fire. He said he would get rid of the people if he had an incinerator, it would be easy. He did something with Liz in a fire. You see him in the picture with Richard putting up a campfire. I don't know. The guy saying, "Oh, I was in the Marine Corps, and there were some weird guys in the Marine Corps, and he was up to something big." So if he had set a few fires where people died, there was no turning back. Did he do that? That's a question. It's never been solved. All right, thank you.